Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into a fascinating project. Wild, a new linker aiming for blazing fast build times, especially during iterative development. It's written in Rust, which is, pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been hearing whispers about this. So what's the big deal? Why another linker when we already have established players like GNU LD, Gold LLD, and even Mold?
Exactly. The key here is speed, especially for iterative development. Existing linkers are great for production, but Wild aims to significantly reduce build times during development. Think faster feedback loops, more efficient coding. It's not yet incremental, but that's the ultimate goal.
Interesting. So it's currently faster even without incremental linking? What kind of performance gains are we talking about?
Oh yeah, the benchmarks are impressive. For example, linking Rust driver without debug info, Wild is significantly faster than all the others. Around 486 milliseconds compared to Mold's 946 milliseconds and GNU Weld's whopping 20,774 milliseconds. That's a huge difference.
Wow, that's a substantial improvement. But what about with debug info? That's usually where things get slower, right?
You're right. With debug info, the performance advantage shrinks. It's still faster than GNU LD and Gold, but Mold and LLD pull ahead. The author acknowledges this as an area for improvement. But even then, it's still a considerable improvement over the traditional linkers.
So it's currently only supporting x86-64 Linux? Any plans for broader support?
That's correct. Right now it's focused on x86-64 Linux, but the project roadmap includes support for other architectures and operating systems like macOS and Windows, along with incremental linking, which is a huge undertaking. They're also working on broader linker flag support and handling linker scripts. It's a very active project.
I see. And how easy is it to actually use Wild? Is it a drop-in replacement for existing linkers?
It's pretty straightforward for Rust projects. You can install it via cargo, and then configure your ~.cargo/config.toml file to use it as the default linker. For other languages, it might require more manual configuration. The documentation provides clear instructions on how to do this.
That sounds manageable. One last question. What's the story behind the name Wild? It's not exactly the most conventional name for a linker.
Haha, good question. It's a bit of a playful take on the naming conventions of other linkers. It's a recursive acronym. And the I in Wild represents the incremental linking goal. It's a fun, memorable name. And it's certainly more catchy than GNU LD. Wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Thanks for the insightful overview. It sounds like Wild is a promising project with the potential to revolutionize the development workflow for many developers. I'm excited to see its progress.
You're welcome. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.